As Sarah and James pressed deeper into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, the air turned colder and a pervasive sense of unease settled over them. The towering trees, ancient and twisted, loomed like spectral guardians, their gnarled branches intertwining to form a dense canopy that blocked out the light and cast the forest floor into perpetual twilight. The silence was profound, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves or the distant call of an unseen creature. Their journey led them to the mouth of a cave half hidden by a tangle of vines and moss. An unnatural chill seeped from the entrance and a sense of foreboding washed over them. Despite their apprehensions, a mysterious compulsion urged them forward, as if the cave held answers to questions they had yet to ask. Inside, the dim glow of their flashlights revealed a nightmarish tableau. The cavern was littered with bodies, some fresh and others reduced to skeletal remains. The stench of decay hung heavy in the air, a suffocating reminder of mortality. The walls of the cave were streaked with dark, dried blood, and the ground was slick with a mixture of mud and gore. It was a grotesque spectacle, a testament to the cave's grim history. Carved into the stone walls, barely discernible in the flickering light, were cryptic inscriptions. Sarah and Jane squinted at the faded script, piecing together its ominous message. It spoke of an ancient blood oath, a pact that demanded a life as payment. Yet there was a loophole hidden within the words. If they could slay a creature of the forest, the blood debt could be settled through its sacrifice instead. The revelation was both a blessing and a curse. Freedom dangled tantalizingly close, but the prospect of hunting a beast in these haunted woods filled them with dread. The forest was vast, its secrets buried deep, and the creature they sought was shrouded in horror. "We have to try," Sarah said, her voice steady but edged with fear. "This might be our only chance to break free." James nodded, though doubt lingered in his eyes. "But that creature could kill us, and how do we know it will work?" "We don't," Sarah admitted, "but we have to trust there's a way out of this. We owe it to ourselves and to everyone who didn't make it." As they turned to leave the cave, their resolve hardened despite the horrors they had witnessed. Only the path ahead was fraught with peril and uncertainty, but they were determined to face whatever lay in the shadows. Their spirits were tested, but the desire to forge their own destinies burned bright, even if it meant confronting the unspeakable terrors lurking within the Appalachian wilderness. Emerging from the cave, Sarah and James were met by the oppressive silence of the forest. The towering trees seemed to close in around them, their branches swaying gently in the cold breeze. Hunger gnawed at their insides, a constant reminder of their desperation. Days without food or water had left them weak, their movements sluggish and their minds clouded. Yet, driven by the hope of escape, they pressed on. Their first task was to find any sign of the creature they sought. The cryptic inscriptions had given no hint of its habits, leaving them to rely on instinct and observation. They moved cautiously, scanning the forest floor for tracks or any other indication of the beast's presence. The undergrowth was thick and progress was slow, every step requiring careful navigation. As they ventured deeper, the forest seemed to come alive with the sounds of unseen animals. A rustle here, a distant cry there, each noise setting their nerves on edge. It was as if the forest itself was aware of their intent, watching them with an ancient, unfathomable intelligence. "We need to stay focused," Sarah whispered, her voice barely audible over the ambient sounds. "If we find water, we stop. We can't keep going like this." James nodded in agreement, his eyes scanning the surroundings. "Look for any disturbed ground or broken branches, anything that seems out of place." Hours passed with no sign of the creature. Exhaustion weighed heavily on them, and their hope began to wane. Just as despair threatened to overtake them, they stumbled upon a small stream, its water clear and inviting. Relief washed over them as they knelt by the bank, drinking deeply, savoring the cool liquid as it soothed their parched throats. Rejuvenated, they continued their search with renewed determination. As dusk approached, the forest took on a different character. Shadows stretched longer and the air grew colder. It was then that they found their first clue, a series of deep, claw-like gouges in the bark of a nearby tree. The marks were fresh, the sap still oozing from the wounds. "This could be it," James said, his voice tinged with both excitement and apprehension. Sarah traced the gouge with her fingers, her mind racing. "If it's marking its territory, it can't be too far." We need to set up a watch tonight, take turns sleeping. As night fell, they prepared to face whatever the forest had in store.